Welcome to LaxRatz, LaxWrap, opening day 2019, and yes, we are back. Did you miss us? It's video and more video. Top plays, top teams, plus a new feature, our 3 A's, aggression, assertiveness, and accomplishment. This is a nod to the hard work and teamwork of the Southern California high school lacrosse programs. We'll show you the artistry, the savagery, great scores, and great saves. We've got Chopper and the Chief with insight, wisdom, and our top picks. And as long as the ASPCA stays away, we've got our occasional guest host, Strider the Wonder Dog, and his picks. So pull up and share if you're at home, or pull off the road if you're in the car, and get set for LaxWrap right now. Hey, we're back now. LaxWrap. It's been a couple of years. For those of you who aren't old enough to remember, Chopper here, Chief there. All I'm doing is aging, and I think aging gracefully. But Chief, you got the new look. People are wondering, did you go off to Tibet and meet with the Dalai Lama? Is this the result?
Yeah, it's funny you asked. That's exactly what happened. Spent some time in a cave in India in November. Came back, playoff beer, Julian Edelman. I'm inspired.
We like it. So now you're incognito for anybody who pissed off a couple of years ago. We're going right to the videotapes. We're going to first start the show with the top 10 teams.
See, there's a lot of good lacrosse happening. There's a little cluster at 10 right now, the 10 spot. So without further ado, I guess Newberry Park, Sierra Canyon, Oak Park. A little love for Brentwood, who's a much improved team. And then coming in at 9, we have Crespi. Crespi's always good. They're always in the 9 to 12 range. They have the best player in LA, Logan Solberg. They have a new goalie, a sophomore, Elijah Turbo. He's pretty good. They've played some tough games. They played Thousand Oaks. They played Westlake. They beat Newberry. They're good.
They look good on tape. Where is Solberg going? Is he committed?
Solberg's going to Yale. Coming in at the 8 spot, you have Thousand Oaks. They beat Brentwood, who I said is much improved. They lost to Harvard Westlake, but they beat a Crespi team in overtime. This team's young, but they're good. Led by Andrew Berg. Nick Ditto can rip the ball. A bunch of highlights from him. Thousand Oaks coming in at the 8 spot. And at number 7, you have the Agora Chargers. They got goalie Zach Tripp. That kid would start for me on attack. Kids all over the field. Their defensemen are man-childs out there. A lot of pressure. If they can figure out facing off, I think they'll start to climb from 7-6-5.
This goalie there, you said you play him at attack. Is that for real?
The kid's legit. He's got hands and he's got feet. He's really quick. Good kid. Coming in at the 6th spot, I got Chaminade. I love to watch Chaminade play. They've gotten better for the last 7 years. They've gotten a little better every single year. This year, I think they're loaded. They're fun to watch run. They got kids that play on the football team, which is known to be a good team also. So Owen Larson is just a man-child, a wrecking ball out there. And obviously, that kid number 26 can finish.
It probably took the football coach a few years to get used to letting his kids play lacrosse in the off-season.
It's the best crossover. I'm glad it's starting to happen.
All right, Chief, coming in at number 5, one of my favorite teams, Harvard Westlake, right?
Harvard Westlake's always been your squad. I think putting them at 5 is just going to fuel the fire. We don't have much video on them, but we know they're always there when it counts, so it's just them figuring it out. They just lost to Oaks Christian. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Curious, do they have any baseball players coming over?
I don't know if any baseball players yet.
Those guys are all in the big leagues.
Yeah, they're going next level, that baseball squad. Number 4, we have Westlake. Westlake, always good, always knocking. Can they be consistent at that level? They're led by senior Nick Riley, junior Carson Cool, and they got a lot of young kids mixed in. They're a team to look out for as the season progresses, because they have young guys battling to get on the field, and they got sweet uniforms. So Westlake.
And the uniforms are nice, but they've got experience going into the playoffs. I mean, they've been there a few times.
Been there before. We talk about them a lot. Can they get to the next step? That's the question. And coming in at 3 is Oaks Christian. I got to see their Sierra Canyon game. These guys are good. They fly around. They're really athletic on defense. I think they're young, but they're definitely athletic. They can make plays. Their offense is settled. They're led by Cade Rogers, Mikey Spaeth, Parker Fischetti, a defensive midi. Coming in at the 3 spot, they've beaten some good teams to start. They beat Chaminade, and then they beat Harvard Westlake, so they're proving themselves.
Okay, when we get to number 2 and number 1, I don't want this to be old hat because it's always these 2 teams, but you've got your number 2 at PV. Chief, PV will win it all if what?
If they can, they have a meat grinder of a schedule. They obviously have Loyola to get over. That's the big hump. But if they can continue to grow, I mean, they're led by sophomores. Their sophomore class is legit. They got some juniors, and they got a couple seniors. But if those kids can continue to develop, we know that they're layered. They have tons of depth. They're good. They're led by the best player, Brad Sharp. So if they can get over that hump of Loyola, so I'm not sure it's staying consistent, developing the depth.
And then at number 1, Loyola. Let's ask you the same question. Loyola will win it all if what?
Wish it wasn't the same answer, but it is. They've now, it's pretty impressive the schedule that these guys are running. They're going through a meat grinder. So if Loyola can stay healthy, they're too deep. Their backup goal is going Division I. The other kid's going to Babson, I believe. So these kids are all playing next level. They've been there before. I like to refer to them as Chirp City. But what I like about it, they bring the enthusiasm, but they're 6 to the ball after a goal. So they get 6 guys high-fiving. I got your back, you got my back. They look ready, poised to win it all again.
All right, so Chief, you've seen Loyola. I mean, everybody's seen plenty of them.
Yeah.
And you know, at this point, you've got them at your number 1. Next week we'll get Strider in here to see what he says. But what's the difference between Loyola and PV? How do they get the nod as number 1?
Yeah, I mean, the difference is so small, but it's also large. I think the tipping point is the Fry brothers. 2 years ago, those kids are at PV. They still at PV. I give PV the edge. Right now, them at Loyola, they're some of the top players at Loyola. But again, that just makes the depth even deeper. So having those 2 kids.
Well, they're going to play at least once this spring, right?
At least once.
We'll get a chance to see for ourselves. We're going right to the videotape with the top 10 plays of the week, and we're going to pitch to play number 10 right now. All right, coming in at number 10, and it's ladies first today, Chief. Agoura and West Ranch, and check out the athleticism on this one. She gets the ground ball, the dodge, and then bottom shelf left.
Stays up. She's good.
All right. Switching over to number 9, and Chief, we're going to go right to those Peninsula Panthers of yours. And this is second chance day. And the second chance is the over-the-shoulder shot. When's the right time for this kind of move?
Anytime it goes in the goal.
That's our number 9. All right, coming in at number 8, we've got Thousand Oaks. They're off to a good start, and you know it all starts with the goalie. You get the save, and then you matriculate that ball down the field. Chief, did I lose you on that?
Yeah, getting all fancy with the word matriculate told me getting older, not wiser there, Chopper.
Once denied, but then sticking with it for the score. All right, coming in at number 7, it's PV at Costa. And guess what? It used to be face-off, get-off. Now it's face-off and get out of my way. A long pole, no less.
A la Jared Jones. They got him in the factory.
All right, at number 6, it's one more time for Thousand Oaks, and this time it's the individual effort. First, I'm going to beat 2 defenders, and then I'm going to score on 3 more, just before the horn.
It's a lefty rip. That kid can shoot right in time.
All right, one of our better teams this year. Let's look at Loyola. We know they're solid, but check out the teamwork on this one. And Chief, we've got a couple of seconds here because they aren't going to run it down the field. They're going to pass it down the field.
There is so much depth when they share the ball. This is the result.
And then, you know, they're going to beat you with the mechanics. But when they start getting circus shots like this, how are you going to beat them?
I don't know. I think that's Horowitz. He's good.
All right, number 4, and here's Westlake with some textbook D. You turn the opponent, steal it from behind, add in a little backhand pass. How about a ground ball to boot? The dime, and then my favorite move after the dime, undress that goalie.
Dip and dunk, that's special.
All right, number 3 in Sierra Canyon's checking in, and they are legit. Here's a bit of magic with the underhand shot. Slow it down.
Who needs 2 hands? Just throw that thing right in. Mac going to Bucknell, I believe.
And at number 2, another team that's coming on the rise, and it's Chaminade, but specifically not the team. Here's number 26, and Chief, he is going to score a bunch of goals.
Hot hand, throw the ball to the guy who's open.
All right, so I checked this tape out, and I'm thinking, well, what do I do if I'm defending him? Well, for starters, you might want to guard him, right?
You gotta have the stick on him.
And if you need to find him, I think you just look for the spot to the right of the goal, right?
5 and 5 on the right side of the goal, that kicking lefty rip.
You know, they talk about making your home at that spot. This guy's got his mail forwarded and his utilities hooked up right side of the goal.
I think that's number 6.
And coming in at number 1, our top play or plays, courtesy of Agoura. And this number 24, which we don't have a roster, but someday we're going to know who this is. Here comes a bunch of goals.
I think he's Johnny on the spot. The ball seems to bounce to this kid every time.
And you know, you can run plays for him, and I mean, he can shoot, he can dodge, but you don't always got to run plays for him because he'll pick up the garbage and score on those as well.
Look, there he is.
So if you coach a kid like this who shoots so much, what do you say?
Keep going. Keep the hot hand hot.
Shoot it some more. Okay, so Chief, a couple of housekeeping items. We got a ton of video this week, but we're out there shooting most of it. And again, you can contact us if you want us to shoot your video. But in addition, we're anxious for you to send us your clips because you may have the top clip and it's sitting in your camera and nobody else is seeing it, in which case it doesn't qualify. A note on that, if you do submit video, we need it in 1080p or better, just to make sure the quality is up to speed and it will show well on the site and on social media. The second thing we want to talk about is the top play each week qualifies for the grand prize. That is 2 nights of accommodation in sweet Costa Rica. Chief has been there, I have not, but the accommodations, they do have some blackout dates which we can cover with you, and you'll be responsible for getting down there, but of course if you want to stay more nights than that, you can or make your arrangements for that. That prize is available to the parents or guardians of the player or players who are featured in that top 10 play. You can look at more information about the accommodation itself if you go to 360flamingo.com and check out info at 360flamingo or info at LaxRatz.com for more information regarding that. But again, each week top play will be rewarded with 2 nights accommodations in Costa Rica to the parents or guardians of their son or daughter who qualifies for the top play of the week. Okay, one other feature that we want to talk about this week is a segment that we're going to pitch to you right now, which are the 3 A's from LaxRatz, and those emphasize aggression, assertiveness, and accomplishment. It's really more of a team and effort segment. So we've got some great clips on that. Let's cut away to those right now and let everybody check these out.
Great save by the Sierra Canyon goalie, number 6, LaxRatz.
Okay, that's it for this week's LaxWrap, except for one point. Next week, Chief, we are going to be on location. Next Saturday, March the 9th, I believe it is, we're going to be at Laguna Beach High School, 3 p.m. on Saturday for the game between Loyola and Torrey Pines. Get this, we're going to be streaming the game with yours truly doing the play-by-play and the color. And we're also going to shoot the show from there. So in addition to shooting that game, we're going to try to get fans on camera, players on camera, coaches on camera, and even maybe if they don't see you, we'll get the refs on camera so you don't have to challenge them. So we're really looking forward to that. We invite everybody to come on out to Laguna Beach High School for that next Saturday. Social media, be sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, on Vimeo, Facebook, and Twitter. So check us out, LaxRatz.com. Chief, what else you got?
Just a lot of lacrosse happening, a lot of good lacrosse. Again, these teams are going through meat grinders. Quality of depth. We'll see what happens as the weeks go on.
We got tons of video, and there's more video coming. So thanks for watching this week, and look for us again next week. For the Chief, this is the Chopper saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.